Most of the time, if you're lucky enough to build an audience online, many companies will reach out asking you to advertise their products. Usually it's for money or just free products, but some influencers think that just because they have a following means that they can get free things all the time. That's why today we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 influencers that wanted free stuff and got exposed. But first, if you could do us a big favor and please tap that like button, we'd really appreciate it. And with that out of the way, let's begin. Coming in number 10, the White Moose Cafe. The owner of the White Moose Cafe and the Charlottesville Lodge Hotel had seen enough of these influencers begging them for free stuff, and so in a move to thwart future influencers, they decided to roast one of them publicly. In a screenshot of the email they shared, you can see the influencer boasts that they have 87,000 YouTube subscribers as well as 76,000 Instagram followers. In exchange for a feature, this influencer actually requested to stay at their hotel for free, although she did not get the response that she was hoping for. The owner of the cafe absolutely blasted her online for this request. This in turn just angered other, let's call them micro influencers, who wanted free stuff, and thus the wave of bad reviews started coming in for the White Moose Cafe. Unfortunately for them, this restaurant owner is over the whole influencer promoting thing and put out a PSA for all influencers looking for free things. In a Facebook post they said, "All bloggers banned from our business. Following the backlash received after asking an unidentified blogger to pay for a hotel room, I have taken the decision to ban all bloggers from our hotel and cafe." Coming in number 9, Christopher Jesse Oken. Blogger Christopher Jesse Oken, who has around 50,000 followers, reached out to the Compton Arms in Islington, London, hoping to receive some free food for himself and 4 people in his bubble, in exchange of course for a couple posts on social media. But this plan quickly backfired on him after the chefs at the restaurant lured him in by asking for them to come pick up the food. It's only after agreeing to the exchange that this influencer then asked the restaurant for an extra 4 free meals for their friends though. The restaurant then replies, "That's quite a lot of food. If you could do a couple posts then we can do it." Now this part is a little hard to not laugh at. Upon working out the directions and time of pickup, this little exchange takes place. The restaurant asks if the influencer can see the police station, and when they respond that they see 2 police vans, the owner tells them to go in there and report themselves for crimes against the hospitality industry. Just brilliant stuff. Coming in number 8, Johnny Mags. Johnny Mags, who currently has just over 33,000 followers on Instagram, really tried to shoot his shot with this restaurant. He actually thought that saying the magic word collaboration would result in him getting some free food. In the initial request, he sent a private message to a restaurant in Adelaide saying that he was planning on bringing his bridesmaids for dinner. When the restaurant says that they are not sure by what the influencer means by doing a collaboration, Johnny responds that usually when he collaborates with restaurants, they let him do some story posts to give them more exposure. Although clearly the only exposure the restaurant was interested in was exposing Johnny here for trying to get a free bite to eat. Coming number 7, Laura's Little Bakery. Laura Worthington, who is a single mother of 3, was once asked to bake a birthday cake for the boyfriend of Love Island star Melon Anderson. Instead of payment, Anderson would give her cake company exposure bucks. Except she did not expect the answer that she got from Laura, even though it's pretty obvious that exposure does not pay the bills. In a tweet exposing influencers who wanted free stuff, Laura said, "I wasn't kidding when I said this happens a lot. The downside to being near the top of Google search for cake makers in Liverpool." Strangely enough, she also received a request from the show X Factor who wanted free cakes as well. In response to that request, she simply asked why a production with a budget like X Factor would need free things, imploring them to look into small businesses like hers and actually help them by paying for their services. Coming number 6, the self-proclaimed guru. This self-proclaimed influencer guru thought that bragging about how much money he makes would in turn mean that services should be free. The influencer getting exposed here reaches out to this web developer asking for some help to give their marketing agency a fresh new look. Although when they respond saying that it's going to be $50 an hour, this marketing agency guru gets mad triggered. This is where they attempted to get services for free by asking, "I was thinking you can make this for us and we can give you a shout out on our Instagram, letting everyone know how great of a job you did. There's a lot of businesses following us. That'll get you a lot of work." The response is too good as well. I just love that they come back with nothing except for, "Is that a joke?" adding that they can't be serious that they claim to own a marketing agency but can't pay them for work. They then go on to further expose the influencer, adding, "You literally just posted about how much money you make. Do your clients pay you an exposure too?" Kind of called them out on that one, didn't they? Coming number 5, collaboration denied. So far on this list, we've witnessed a lot of influencers try to use the word collaboration as a way of getting free food or services from hardworking business owners. This influencer's angry response to being denied a collaboration request, though, just came back to bite them. First, they start by trying to butter the business up before suggesting that because they are a very respected influencer, that they can make them lots of money by promoting products on their page. What's bizarre is that the business owner even proposed the idea of giving them a big discount instead, but the response is ridiculous. To then say again how you are a respected influencer and how this is such a big favor is absolutely asinine. I just love that this person had enough respect for their business to shut them down and even call them out on how crazy it sounds for someone with 1,000 followers to think that they deserve free things. Coming number 4, free personal training. Now here's something I never thought anyone could get for free. Usually when you sign up at a gym, they offer personal training classes, but that's usually for the wealthy or the uninitiated. In this case, a fitness influencer tried to use an upcoming bikini fitness competition to score some free personal training. First, they lay out how successful they are and then follow that up with a request for someone at the gym to help them prepare for their competition in exchange for some promotion. I just can't believe the backwards logic in asking for someone with experience but refusing to pay for that experience. The gym owner felt the exact same way. In a post exposing the influencer, they said, a lifestyle influencer was looking for a free personal trainer who would pay her to get trained. I want to say that as a personal trainer, I am deeply offended that someone would approach a professional whom she believes can do a job well, but refuse to pay for their services. As a former social media manager and marketing manager, I am highly amused that this is how low influencers will go to get free products and services from companies. You tell them, Daphne. Coming number 3, the fashion influencer. Now, going off the audacity of our last influencer, we have another influencer that tried to get a small business to pay them in exchange for free products. Yeah, that's a thing. In a post exposing this influencer, the business owner said, a girl reaches out to me asking if I wanted to do a collaboration. She sent me her social media pages, and while she didn't have a big following at all, I really liked her photo style, so I figured I could send her something small. I gave her a few options of shirts that I wanted photographed and asked her to choose one. She comes back by saying, oh, I was actually hoping you could send me all of these, and then proceeds to link to 4 of my most expensive items, all of which are highly custom and $80 plus each. Then, as if that wasn't already a big ask, this influencer clarified that she would only post photos to her IG story for an hour, and she wanted this business owner to pay her $150 on top of sending her close to $400 worth of clothing. According to the business owner exposing this influencer, they said that they only had 8,000 influencers, which isn't much for an influencer, let alone someone asking for this amount of money. Coming number 2, Bridezilla. When it comes to planning your wedding, there are a lot of costs involved, but it also depends on how big of a spectacle that you want this event to be. For example, if you want a photographer to follow you around all day, that's going to cost a fair bit. Reaching out on behalf of this bride-to-be, the person requesting a free photo shoot claims that their client is a well-known social media influencer. They say in the email request, in the lead up to her wedding beginning this summer, she would like a documentary style video an hour long and photos taken at bridal fittings which can be shared with her followers. In exchange, she is willing to extensively promote your business to followers on Instagram and Facebook with a combined audience of 55,000. Then to put the pressure on, they actually said that they are reaching out to other people, and so a fast response will be beneficial to them. Their response was savage though. I can't believe that they actually said to this influencer manager that there must have been a typo in the request because 55,000 followers was not enough to command the free transfer of products, but man, were they right. Last but certainly not least, our number 1 spot, free rent. This one definitely takes the cake out of all of these influencers asking for free stuff. A bachelorette contestant actually tried to persuade someone into giving them free rent. As you can see in this email request, they said that they are reaching out on behalf of a Bachelor in Paradise contestant and social media influencer named Chase. After bragging about the big following that he has, then the begging begins. Right at the bottom of the email, you can see that they request free rent by saying, as a Denver local and owner of Revel Social, Chase is looking to partner with an apartment complex in Denver as a live-in social influencer and absolutely loves your property. If this is something you would like to discuss further, please let me know. What in the hell is a live-in influencer? Please let me know in the comments what that is. Wrong answers only. I guess most influencers just live in the wild. Like, I just can't get over how bold someone has to be to say that their follower count equals free rent. Maybe I should try that.
Since the dawn of the influencer, people have been using whatever internet clout that they have to get free things. And now that TikTok has become the new biggest platform, TikTok stars are the latest influencers that have had the fame go to their heads. And some are now scamming to get free money or items just because of their fame. I'm Mackenzie. Make sure to subscribe if you're new here, and let's get into the top 5 TikTok stars that wanted free stuff and got exposed. Also, make sure to check us out on our Instagram. And at number 5, Taylor Holder. Huge TikTok star Taylor Holder was exposed by a small business after he apparently asked for free clothing in exchange for a shout out, but never ended up doing the post after he received the items. And sadly, this is actually a really common thing that influencers do. They get a free product, but they never hold up their end of the bargain with the post. After the brand Nightsins got fed up, they took to TikTok, where I believe the owner of the brand posted the conversation between him and Taylor. In the video, you see that Taylor reached out to him and offered to post the clothes on his story. They then talked about sizing and shipment. But weeks later, when the brand followed up, Taylor claimed that he didn't receive the package, while the brand said that they delivered it weeks ago. The conversation ended with the brand offering to send him another package, but when Taylor never responded, I guess they believed that he was lying about the whole thing and posted the conversation to TikTok. Now, of course, there is a chance that Taylor never received the package like he said for some reason, but it would just be quite a coincidence that the person who wanted the products for free ended up getting them for free without having to do the shout out. And at number 4, choosing beggar. Sadly, with this one, we don't know the name because the company blurred it out, but that doesn't make the story any less ridiculous. The company posted to the Reddit subgroup Choosing Beggars that showcases people who are too choosy while they are begging for things. Redditor Dakota Rapports posted saying, quote, "I get a lot of DMs daily from teen TikTok stars asking for free stuff from my business, and here's an example." They then posted a DM conversation of a TikToker telling the brand that they had 47,000 TikTok followers and get 100,000 views per video, with the influencer saying that they will promote the product on TikTok in exchange for the, quote, 3 most expensive items in their store. The brand responded by telling the influencer to purchase the products if they wanted to support a small business during the pandemic, adding, quote, "I clicked on your TikTok and it seems like you get 200 views per video and your followers are 12. Unless your 1,000 TikTok followers with no forms of currency can help me pay off my student loans, please stop asking small businesses for free stuff. Thanks." And to get all off with the clown emoji, which was very fitting in this situation. And just the fact that this person didn't think that the brand would verify the number of views and followers on her account just shows how truly out of touch that some people are. And then the fact that she asked for the most expensive items in the store just is really rubbing me the wrong way. Like, it just shows that her intention were to get free things for clout and to show them off, not to get things that she genuinely liked. And at number 3, Iris Terez. It's becoming a popular trend on TikTok for small business owners to expose influencers that have scammed them. One brand that did this was called Customs Clothing. The brand usually posts videos showing their products and showing the behind the scenes of the company. But after they were scammed by Iris Terez, an influencer with over 1.5 million followers, they decided to get some revenge by making a TikTok. So it all started when Iris reached out and offered to make 3 Instagram stories for 2 handmade pieces from the brand, which both parties agreed to. But then the influencer wanted a 3rd item, so the brand asked for a TikTok to be made in return, which the influencer then agreed to. So thankfully it wasn't a total waste because the influencer did end up posting 2 of the 3 Instagram stories. However, the brand was slightly annoyed that she was not wearing the pieces in the stories. Also, after a few weeks had passed, the influencer did not post the remaining story or the TikTok that they agreed to. The two went back and forth for months after, but Iris gave excuses for not posting the final TikTok and Instagram story, saying that she left the products at her other house. The brand updated weeks later that Iris had reached out to them and apologized after the brand made their viral video. But Iris did not offer to pay for the pieces or post the remaining content. However, Iris did have to limit the comments on her TikToks after she was exposed, so hopefully she at least learned her lesson, but I don't know why she wouldn't just pay for the remaining piece or literally just make a simple Instagram story. Like, I don't understand why it's so hard for these influencers to just make an Instagram story. Like, it's the easiest thing to make. Just literally be like, hey, I got this item. It blows my mind. And at number 2, Avani Reyes. So unless you're living under a rock, then you heard of the, quote, Gorilla Glue girl that went viral on TikTok. And if you didn't already know, what happened is that Tessica Brown accidentally used Gorilla Glue spray on her hair instead of hairspray. And because of this, she went viral and received donations on GoFundMe of $20,000. And in the world we live in today, when someone gets clout and money for doing something that's, pretty simple to do, others usually follow. And that's exactly what happened with Avani Reyes. So Avani is a TikToker with over 500,000 followers, and a few days after Tessica went viral, Avani coincidentally posted a very similar video to Tessica's, saying that Avani was going to the hospital because they put Gorilla Glue in their hair. Avani documented the whole thing on TikTok, showing the hospital visit and all the products they were putting on their hair after. But the worst was a few days later when Avani said that they were going to be starting a GoFundMe because of the Gorilla Glue incident. One user even commented that they sent Avani $3,000. However, we learned later that that was a lie. A few days later, Avani came back online to say the Gorilla Glue was out of their hair and thanking an oil product for doing the trick. But of course, after all the videos that were posted, Avani was quickly being labeled a scammer who concocted the whole scheme for money and clout. And the fact that a GoFundMe was made only made matters worse. However, a few days after Avani came online and clarified the GoFundMe was actually a joke, and Avani didn't actually take any money from anyone. However, Avani never clarified if the stunt in general was fake or just the GoFundMe part of it. It's hard to know what exactly happened here, but I think it's safe to say that this was all done for clout and a potential GoFundMe cash out. Because hey, Tessica got $20,000, that's a lot of money. And finally, number 1, Big Pablo. A TikTok user with the username Big Pablo raised tons of money online after she posted a TikTok with her child, crying and saying that the father of the child harmed her as well as trashed the house and left. The video showed that he left the place completely messed up with broken things everywhere. And she asked her fellow TikTok users to help her with some monetary relief so that she could move out of that place and raise her children. And the video went so viral that she actually raised $160,000 off of it. But after people got in touch with her ex-boyfriend, she was quickly labeled a scammer. One TikToker, I Speak 1906, stitched the video and told his followers that the woman was lying, and saying the reason she made the video was to get back at her ex because he left her for another woman. And apparently the man's grandmother had to come out with the receipts to defend him. After this, tons of people flooded her comments asking for their money back and calling her a scammer. A while later, another TikToker posted a video of the woman blocking people that were asking for their money back. All in all, we don't know the truth, but the fact that there were so many red flags raised makes it seem like this could have all been faked. I mean, I'm not saying that it was, but a lot of people are labeling it that way. I'll let you guys decide what you think. So that's all for the list, guys. Let me know your thoughts below. But before I head out, I'm gonna shout out some comments from my video on celebrities that broke COVID rules. Oh, there are so many of those. Cloud420 said the video should be called, quote, entitled people who feel above the law in the pandemic. I mean, that's really what it is. But I feel like celebrities feel entitled and above really everyone, so it's not much of a shock. Then Miranda said, I know the Kardashian-Jenner clan have had COVID, but what about the others? Mind you, money can fix some things, but can't fix stupid. Yeah, I believe Khloe had COVID right in the beginning there. But the thing with celebrities is, or really any person, they don't have to disclose if they've had COVID, right? Even influencers. So there's a lot of speculation that a lot of these people who've been traveling and going to big parties and all this stuff did have COVID at some points, but we'll never actually know until they decide to release like a press statement about it or, you know, say it on their social media. So yeah, we really don't know, but I feel like a lot of them should have gotten it, right? Who knows? And Rachel Herb said, I just woke up, it's 5:10 a.m. I reheated last night's gourmet mac and cheese and ready for an I.O. upload. Good morning. Wow, Rachel, thank you so much for being here. Also, 5:10 a.m. I could never. Literally, I wake up at like, I think 8:30 from my 9 o'clock shift. And even that's like, I try to push that back sometimes. Alright guys, that's all for the video today. Thanks so much for sticking around if you made it all the way here. If you liked the video and want to see some more, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel below. I've been your host, Mackenzie Smith, and I will catch you all in the next one.